People capture a lot of things on camera, but not everyone's encounters are the same. From winged creatures to bizarre hybrids, to encounters with humanoids that shocked everyone. These encounters will leave viewers questioning everything they thought they knew about the natural world. Let's dive into. One day, a man slipped into the Chernobyl exclusion zone, driven by his curiosity to see what might still be hiding within the abandoned landscape. As he moved through the silent ruins, he came across a twisted creature, coated in slime and lined with bulging veins, that dragged itself slowly across the ground as if every movement strained its warped body. On its back were clusters of pale orbs that seemed to pulse with an eerie rhythm, almost as though they were alive on their own. The entire sight felt wrong, like a living reminder of the damage left behind. It looked like a biological horror shaped by years of radiation, an example of what can happen when nature is forced far beyond its limits. Next, see a creature crawl out of the water that defied all logic. In a video, because the footage was blurry and showed only a limited angle, it was difficult to pinpoint the exact spot where this odd creature was seen. Its body appeared wet and glossy, with green skin similar to that of a frog, but its head looked more like that of a troubling reptile. The more people observed it, the more disturbing its appearance seemed. It had webbed hands, dark eyes, without any white, and a flap on its elbows that reached across its back. It clearly resembled a fish-like humanoid figure. The most reasonable assumption about its location would be a pond or a murky river. But if that wasn't disturbing enough, what happens when the creature isn't hiding in the water, but slowly transforming right in front of you? This footage shows a skinwalker caught in the middle of changing its form. At first, the person filming believed they were looking at a simple stray dog, but a closer look revealed a twisted face that did not match any normal animal, and instead showed something deeply unsettling. There was no question that this being was a skinwalker, and the camera captured it halfway through its shift as its body moved between shapes in a disturbing way. The most frightening detail in this entire scene is that the person holding the camera never realized the skinwalker was slowly molding itself to look exactly like them. A strange video from Reconquista, Argentina, has been spreading across the internet, and the creature in it has left many viewers genuinely disturbed. The footage shows a dark figure sitting in an open field at about 1:30 in the morning. Even with the limited light, its outline appears unnatural, and the stillness of the scene only adds to the unsettling feeling the clip creates. No one has been able to determine what this creature might be, since its long limbs and slow, uneven movements do not match any animal known to live in the region. The way its body shifted did not resemble normal behavior in wildlife, leading some people to believe it could be a supernatural entity tied to local stories, often described as a hellhound or a lobazon. But not all nightmares walk the land. Some wash ashore, massive, unidentifiable, and impossible to ignore. At sunrise on Praia do Cassino in Rio Grande do Sul, Brazil, people out for a simple morning walk stumbled onto something that made them stop in shock. The waves had pushed ashore an enormous shape, twisted and pale gray, nothing like any sea creature they were used to seeing. The body on the sand had thick rubbery skin and oddly shaped bones that did not match any species scientists had recorded before. A heavy, rotten stench hung in the air, which made standing near it even more unsettling. Soon after, fishermen from nearby towns reported spotting similar remains drifting in the water, as if pieces of the same thing had broken apart along the coastline. Marine experts were called to examine it, but no one gave a clear or final answer. A viral video began circulating online, quickly shocking viewers everywhere. A group of friends recorded what appeared to be a deer with two heads wandering among the trees. The creature seemed to have one body, but two necks rose from it, with the second neck positioned slightly lower than the first. Although the footage looked real and unsettling, many people suggested that the camera angle and lighting created a visual trick, making it seem like one deer had an extra head, when in fact it was actually two deer standing close together. Still, others pointed out that deer have been known to develop strange mutations or suffer from illnesses like chronic wasting disease, so the idea that this could be a rare and disturbing mutation did not seem completely unlikely to them. Did you like this video? Don't just stop at the like button. If you're watching on your phone, hit that hype too. It helps the channel out, and I'm excited to continue bringing you more awesome content. A woman from Nishiowakura, Japan, filmed what she believed to be a real fairy in the forest while hiking on the 16th of October 2025. The small winged figure was close to her, and she followed it with her camera as it moved through the trees until it slipped into a hole at the base of a trunk, which seemed to be its home or a temporary hiding place from the approaching human. When it did not come back out, she stepped back a few feet and then managed to record another fairy resting high in the branches. This one did not seem afraid and sat calmly on a branch with its legs crossed. It had 4 wings, white hair, and a dark gray body. It was not very large and appeared thin and light. After a moment, this fairy also took off, and the woman chose not to reveal exactly where this remarkable encounter took place. A fisherman walking along a quiet lake noticed something strange in the water. A lone figure appeared to be sitting just beneath the surface, and at first he assumed it might be someone who needed help. He turned on his flashlight to get a better look, but the moment the beam hit the water, he froze. Rising from the depths was a human-like shape, but its skin gave off an eerie glow that did not look natural at all. The light reflected off the water around it, making the scene even more unsettling. As he tried to focus on its face, a heavy darkness covered it, almost as if something was hiding its features on purpose. The longer he stared, the more he felt that whatever he was looking at was not human. And if that lake encounter left you uneasy, the next creature might make you rethink camping forever. A couple camping deep in the woods captured something they would remember forever. Strange noises echoed through the trees, guiding them to an old, abandoned spot, where they noticed a figure sitting on a pile of rubble. Its body did not look human at all, and its unusual shape and eerie sounds left them standing completely still. When the video appeared online, many viewers suggested it might be a deformed alien. The fact that the creature sat silently, as if it had no idea they were watching, made the entire encounter even more unsettling. A calm night of camping under the stars quickly turned frightening when unusual sounds echoed through the woods. Feeling both curious and nervous, the camper picked up a flashlight and walked toward the noise. The light revealed a creature so strange that it looked like it belonged to another world. Its odd shape and unsettling presence sent a wave of fear through the camper. Terrified, the camper turned and ran, leaving the mysterious figure behind in the dark forest. Whether it was a cryptid, an alien, or something entirely unknown, one thing is clear: this camper has no plans to return to those woods again. Late at night on an empty rural road, 2 police officers came across something that left them shocked. A tall figure with long, thin limbs was bent over a man lying on the ground, and its slow, deliberate movements made it clear that it was nothing like a normal person. The creature seemed to hover rather than stand, and its posture looked unnatural in every way. The officers felt a rush of fear and acted on instinct, turning the car around and speeding away before the thing could react. Whether it was something supernatural or simply beyond understanding, one thing was certain: that night, even trained officers were not prepared for what was waiting in the darkness. A farmer heard unusual sounds in his yard late one night and went out to see what was going on. What he discovered was terrifying. A strange creature was crouched over one of his goats, appearing to feed on it. In the video, the shape and behavior made it look like a chupacabra, and when the creature suddenly looked up and stared directly at him, the fear became overwhelming. The moment it charged toward him, he stopped questioning what it was and sprinted back to his house with his heart racing. Later, he learned that the creature had actually been a bear, but the fear he felt in that moment was completely real. It became a night he knew he would never forget. One night, a man heard unusual noises coming from his garage and went to check it out. He grabbed a flashlight, expecting to find a raccoon or some other small animal, but what he discovered was nothing he could have imagined. Sitting on one of the shelves was a strange creature, unlike anything he had ever seen. Its body was covered in thick hair, and it had long strands of hair hanging from its head. Its eyes looked almost human, and small horns rose from the top of its skull. The creature's face seemed to be a mix between a bird and a monkey, giving it a disturbing and confusing appearance. He had no idea whether it was dangerous or even real. If you found a creature like this sitting in your garage, would you dare to stay long enough to get a closer look? Let me know if you think yes, like me. In a cinema in Mexico, a couple began arguing loudly, drawing the attention of the people around them. What happened next shocked everyone nearby. In the middle of the argument, the woman's appearance started to shift until she suddenly took on the form of the man she had been arguing with. He collapsed to the floor as if drained of all strength, while the transformation continued right in front of the stunned audience. A bystander quickly pulled out a phone and recorded the scene, capturing what many believed looked like a reptilian shapeshifter. The figure's features appeared distorted and unnatural, and before anyone could react, it ran out of the theater, leaving behind a room full of confused and frightened people. No one could explain what they had witnessed, and the video only made the entire event even more unsettling. A video recorded in Africa left viewers shocked as it showed an event no one could explain. In the clip, a young boy holding a black plastic bag stepped directly into it, doing something that made no logical sense. As he moved further inside, the bag began to lift off the ground, rising slowly with the boy still in it. Little by little, his entire body faded from sight until he completely vanished within the bag. A few seconds later, the bag fell back to the ground, landing with nothing inside it. This unusual creature was spotted on the side of a road in Montana, USA. In the video, it can be seen moving in a strange, unsettling way. Its shape was similar to a starfish, but its skin was dark and marked with yellow patterns across its 7 limbs. The woman filming noticed it while driving, and as she approached, the creature suddenly began to move. The most frightening moment came when it lifted itself onto 2 limbs and lunged toward her, exposing a yellowish-green underside. Up close, it looked even more disturbing. After that, it turned and rushed away before blending into dark, muddy water. Because this happened in Great Falls near Sun River, many believe it may have been an unidentified aquatic creature. Deep within a cave somewhere in Australia, a group of teenagers claimed they had captured footage of a strange and mutated creature unlike anything they had ever seen. Its body resembled that of a jellyfish, glowing softly with shifting shades of purple and blue that lit up the damp cave walls. Its head was a round, swollen mass with 2 openings at the top that seemed to pulse gently, almost as if the creature were breathing through them. What made it even more unusual was the ring of 11 legs spread evenly around its circular body, each one moving with slow, deliberate motions that looked both unnatural and oddly coordinated. Curious and unsure of what they were dealing with, the teenagers tossed a beach ball toward it. The creature reacted instantly, grabbing the ball with surprising speed before spraying a stream of water from one of the openings on its head. The entire moment left them stunned, unsure if they had just discovered a new species or witnessed something far stranger. This mysterious creature was captured on camera by a fisherman in San Francisco, Brazil, on November 20th, 2025. He had returned to his usual fishing spot, expecting to catch something ordinary, but instead he witnessed something he had never seen before. Its body was gray with a bright cyan stripe running along its spine. It had flippers similar to a seal, while its head looked more like that of a reptile. Most surprising of all were the strange appendages on its neck, matching the same cyan color as the stripe on its back. Before it swam away, the camera caught a clear view of its long, snake-like tail, and the creature had no fins anywhere on its body. The fisherman has continued visiting the same location ever since, and although he has returned many times, he has only seen the creature twice more after that first encounter. Deep in the woods, someone came across an old abandoned house that looked as if no one had stepped inside for decades. The windows were shattered, the walls were covered in moss, and the entire place felt strangely quiet. But as they moved closer to get a better look, they spotted something that instantly filled them with fear. A tall figure stood near the house, and its appearance was nothing like a person. It had an oversized skull with deep black eyes that seemed to stare through the trees, and its thin, distorted body looked completely unnatural. The sight was so shocking and unsettling that they did not bother trying to understand what they were seeing. Beachgoers who expected to find seashells and driftwood along the shore instead came across something straight out of a nightmare. A huge, decayed mass had washed up on the sand, and its exposed flesh and twisted shape made it impossible to identify at first glance. Its long body and what appeared to be the remains of fins or limbs suggested it might have once been a dolphin, a seal, or even some kind of large fish. The smell of decay hung in the air, and many people kept their distance, unsure of what they were looking at. Marine creatures often break down in strange ways, causing their bodies to take on distorted and monstrous forms. Over the years, many similar finds have turned out to be decomposed whales or seals that looked unrecognizable after drifting in the ocean. No official identification was ever made, leaving the true nature of the creature unknown. During a calm hike through a quiet stretch of wilderness, a man spotted something unusual lying far ahead on the trail. At first he thought it might be a piece of equipment someone had dropped, but curiosity pulled him closer. As he approached, he suddenly stopped in shock. Resting on the ground was a gray figure with smooth skin and large black eyes, looking like it had stepped straight out of a sci-fi movie. Its surface appeared cold and lifeless, and its stillness made the entire moment feel unreal. There were no tracks around it, no signs of how it had gotten there, and no movement at all. Not wanting to stay any longer, he quickly backed away and hurried down the trail, wondering if anyone or anything might soon return to claim this strange being. During a live stream of a Michigan bald eagle nest, viewers expected to see nothing more than the daily activity of the birds. Instead, they were stunned when a mysterious figure appeared on the ground below the nest. The dark shape moved slowly through the trees, and its outline looked strikingly similar to descriptions of creatures like Bigfoot, the skunk ape, or a Sasquatch. Its thick, dark fur blended almost perfectly with the forest, making it difficult to see clearly, but enough details stood out to spark immediate curiosity. Some viewers believed it might actually be one of the legendary creatures long rumored to roam North America, while others thought it could be a large animal distorted by shadows. But because the figure vanished as quickly as it appeared, no one could say for sure what had been caught on camera. On a quiet road surrounded by thick forest, a strange wolf stood completely still, watching from the edge of the trees. Its presence felt unnerving, and there was something about its posture and appearance that did not seem normal. While it resembled a regular wolf at first glance, some people believe it might have been the legendary Dogman, a creature from North American folklore, known for its wolf-like face, glowing eyes, and terrifying howl. Dogman reports are especially common in states like Michigan and Wisconsin, which is why this sighting has sparked so much curiosity. On the night of August 16, 2023, a father and son followed strange, distant screams echoing through the trees in the woods. As they moved deeper into the forest, their camera picked up something they never expected to see. A pale, faceless figure stepped into view for a brief moment before slipping back into the darkness. When they reviewed the footage later, the shape looked unsettlingly like a young boy, almost as if a ghostly presence was drifting through the woods. According to local stories, a boy had passed away in that very area years before, and many believe his spirit still lingers there to this day. These small and puzzling cryptids were recorded deep inside a 300-year-old oak forest, and there appeared to be many of them. The footage was taken by a hiker near Oak Alley Plantation in Louisiana, USA, on the 21st of October 2025. These strange little creatures moved their heads back and forth in an odd defensive motion that completely surprised the camera woman, Giselle Emily. Their heads were covered with thin white hair, almost like that of an elderly person, while their bodies were pale, smooth, and supported by 6 long legs. Each creature also had 2 slender antennas that curved backward along its body. Everything about them looked unusual and mysterious. These eerie crawlers were spotted near Rosemary Beach, Florida, just off Highway 98, and they left people with chills. On the side of the road, a massive cluster of centipede-like creatures was shifting together in a single moving mass. It looked almost like a living carpet gliding across the ground. In the video, thousands of tiny legs moved in perfect rhythm, making the entire group seem as if it were breathing. The sight was unsettling because the creatures appeared slimy and full of moisture as they pushed forward. They may actually have been a huge gathering of tubifex worms, which are small red worms, known for clumping together and forming one large wriggling mass instead of appearing as individual creatures. Look at this creature. It looked like nothing more than a piece of foam or river debris shaped loosely like a human figure. It sat motionless along the edge of a riverbed in China, and most people would have walked right past it. Locals who were nearby began recording, startled by the unexpected movement. One person even picked it up for a closer look, and when they turned it over, they found what appeared to be an eyeball embedded in the strange mass. The discovery quickly spread online, with many viewers calling the footage disturbing and hard to explain. Some experts suggested it might have been a moss sponge or a handmade prop created to attract attention. Still, the way it moved and the unsettling details captured on camera left many people unconvinced. A very unclear and unusual video was posted on Instagram recently, showing a strange creature filmed in a storage room by a maintenance worker in the New York subway. The clip revealed a wet, dark, rat-like animal, but something about it looked different enough that it could not be identified as a normal rodent. Its back feet were webbed like a duck's, while its front limbs were spaced far apart and ended in long, thin fingers that stretched outward like claws. Its eyes reflected brightly from the camera's flash, and it had whiskers similar to those of a rat. Because its face and feet did not match any known animal, people online quickly labeled it a rare and shocking hybrid, the kind of odd creature they joked could only appear in New York. A strange creature was seen drifting along a river in Monterey Bay, California, and at first no one could figure out what it was. All they saw was a soft brown shape sliding gently with the current. Its body looked smooth and rounded, almost like a folded blanket floating just below the surface. Every few seconds, its sides lifted and pushed against the water, helping it move forward in a slow, steady motion. As it neared the shore, people began to notice two short, ear-like shapes on its head, and a wide body that spread out like soft wings whenever it moved. The unusual appearance made it seem almost unreal. It was eventually identified as a sea hare, a type of sea slug found in coastal waters. Rare footage captured one of the most secretive creatures on the planet in Alborz, Iran. Many viewers were stunned and wondered if this could be a completely new species. But an expert later confirmed that the creature was actually a pair of Eurasian eagle owls, known as some of the strongest and most elusive owls in the world. These owls only live in secluded areas, such as rocky mountains and steep cliffs, where they can stay hidden during the day and hunt at night. Regions like Iran and other mountainous landscapes are perfect for them. They usually build their nests on cliffs, inside caves, or on narrow rocky ledges, which helps protect them from predators and keeps them out of sight. The creatures documented here, whether biological anomalies, undiscovered species, or something beyond current scientific understanding, share one common thread. They exist at the boundaries of human knowledge, in the spaces between the known and unknown. They appear briefly, long enough to be witnessed and recorded, then vanish back into the shadows, leaving only questions and grainy footage behind. What makes these encounters particularly compelling is their documentation. In an age where nearly everyone carries a camera, the ability to capture these moments has increased dramatically. Yet even with video evidence, debates rage about authenticity, identification, and interpretation. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our upcoming journeys. And if you enjoy exploring mysterious creatures, check out my video of mythical creatures supposedly filmed alive. Click on the card that appears on the screen now. Enjoy the video. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.